Hello there. I'm going to teach you now the steps that you might go through to learn good technique for your loop jump. And this is not only good technique to learn your loop jump, but it's also good technique to do a warm-up or a reminder drills to make sure that your loop jump stays in tip-top form. So I take off on my loop jump because I turn to the right. I take off on my loop so my camera person could come maybe over here because I want to show. Yes, I want to show the lean from the hip to the blade, right? And I want to show upper body vertical. Upper body is vertical to the wall. I can't totally get the arms where I might like them on the takeoff of the loop jump, but this is basically the position of the legs with a nice bend into the ankle. Now if my camera person could slide around 90 degrees, please. I can show you the bend that I have in my ankle, knee, and hip. So I start with a nice bend in those three joints. And my legs or feet are not gonna be too close together. There's gonna be a little space, actually. If you can see, there's a little space between my knees on the takeoff of the jump. That's my ideal position for loop jump takeoff. So for those of you who are just learning a loop jump, you really have to be quite competent with your back outside edge. So practice your back outside edge. If this is the stage you're at, and you want to learn a loop jump, just practice your back outside edge. Curving, leaning, back outside edge. Don't worry too much about your position at all. You just want to get the feeling of staying on a nice curve with a certain lean and staying balanced. Yeah, okay, then as you get a little bit better with that, you can keep your upper body more vertical and lean just from the hips down posture. And you can even do the same posture as an instantaneous position when you're doing your crossovers. More simulating the loop jump takeoff position. Arms are nice and wide. That would be about my position. In fact, I used to do a loop jump from crossovers. Same rhythm as crossovers. Yeah, I could maybe show you a single about that. Right now, I'm not totally warmed up, but just doing the crossovers, stepping on the outside edge, and doing a loop jump. That's embarrassing, so I got to practice a little bit more, and I'll teach as I practice, actually. So we want to be able to glide really well on this takeoff edge, and not only that, but the hard part is stepping right on that edge. Step right on that edge to eliminate the need for a lot of 2-foot skating, like many skaters do. Into the loop jump. This is ideal classical technique for loop jump. Nice wide arm position and stepping right on a nice deep edge. Gliding that edge really nicely. It's not only a deep edge, a leaning edge, but I also have a nice bend, as I mentioned when I was beside the wall. So position is there. And I can repeatedly do this exercise to practice this transition from 1 foot three-turn mohawk, step, three-turn mohawk, step, three-turn mohawk. Well, you want to warm yourself up for some jumping if you're going to do a loop jump. And you can warm up for jumping really simply just to get this action, get your muscles and everything warmed up for this. Depending on what kind of off ice you've already done, depending on a number of factors, just warming up this bend into the hips, ankles, and knees while you're out here is really beneficial if you're going to want to jump. And then eventually you might want to do some actual jumps from one foot to the other and jump. Yeah, so a very, very simple jump to do on the loop takeoff edge is of course the falling leaf. How did this falling leaf get this? Okay, Gary, don't be distracted by the trees outside here in the autumn that all of their leaves have already fallen off. But anyways, here's the falling leaf. Glide, jump, oops. I better think more about my falling leaf than about the trees. Okay, here we go. It's only half a rotation falling leaf. Ba-da-da. I'm gonna try to do my falling leaf with good upper body posture so I don't lean the upper body significantly. And since it's only half a rotation, I have to make sure I really kind of like resist rotation so I don't over rotate it, because it's going to rotate automatically off this deep edge. Deep edge, glide. See how it has a tendency to over rotate. So I could practice that more, but not while you're watching, because the next thing is the half loop, the Euler. Trying to step on a nice back outside. Let's get this nice and smooth, keeping my abs nice and tight and strong. Just trying to jump up into the air off this position. And just land on the other foot, it's easier. And as we transition to the actual loop jump, loop jump would be the next stage, right? Oh, there's the next stage. What am I talking about? There's 100 stages you could do between everything I'm telling you. You can really do lots of drills, many drills to help you get better. A loop jump actually is the first jump you do in a backspin position. You don't need to go into a backspin position for Walsh jump, single sow cow, toe loop, but for loop jump we generally get in a backspin position in the air, even if not a tight one. So, you know, there's going to be no harm in me practicing my backspin to prepare for my loop jump. That's the position I want to land in. Okay, I think I'm ready for that loop jump. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna really concentrate on, this is not a triple or a double or even, so I don't have to worry about it at all, about getting some rotations in. It's not difficult, so I just gotta worry about pure technique on this one. Just a nice, I favor this recovering knee a little bit on the landings. I see very many good jumpers that do good jumps and then the landing somehow faulty, and I in this case was an example of that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. You can even see the evidence on the ice. Not a smooth curve on the landing. Not like blade pretty, ankle kind of weak, so just thump down there on the landing. Scratchy, you can see toe pick, too deep a rut, so scratchy, so I lost a lot of speed. I wonder if I can make a better landing. I think I can. I'm not even gonna jump that high this time. I'm just gonna focus on trying to see if I can get an ideal, smooth, beautiful landing. Now there's something wrong with my free leg position. I don't believe in that free leg. There's something wrong with it. I want to figure it out. feel like I want to be there in the air with the turnout, and I know it's not. I could work on my loop jump. Here I come out to make a video to teach people how to do a loop jump, and I realize, oh, I got these flaws in my jump, but maybe that helps you to realize too as well that we all have our flaws. No matter where we are, we can always get better and better and better and better and better out here. Now that jump was more satisfying, and I really thought quite intensely about trying not to have any sensation of turn on the takeoff. Try not to think about turning. Just get on a deep edge and jump and feel that automatic rotation. And I got quite a nice takeoff. I didn't get that little, takeoff was pretty clean, just a tiny little hint of a spoon there. So no over rotation on the takeoff. It's this one right here. This is the takeoff. And landing also very smooth, simple curve, right? Without a sub curve. Not absolutely perfect, but, and then you can see that the takeoff and the landing, if you get in the right place, they're symmetrical. So, well done, Gary.